It's a perfect example of justice being served when evil predators face their worst nightmare, getting caught. Today we go over instances where their shocking reactions are just too satisfying to miss.
Inspector K, over and out.
On February 13th, 2020, a horrible scene was reported in Sparks, Nevada, by a concerned mother, only known as SL, who contacted the police inquiring about her husband, Abel Lopez.
On your right. Okay.
SL reported the incident with her father the day before, which SL had begun to suspect several months prior. To make matters worse, the also told a school teacher who immediately reported the shocking to the police.
Was there anything in there?
SPD patrol officers and other area law enforcement were alerted to a possible hostage situation after SL's 16-year-old daughter, TG, called 911. She had received text messages from SL saying that Lopez was threatened.
Police! Oh shit! Push! Oh shit! Find the girl! Find the girl! Get her out!
Sparks, police, come out! Little Blue, coming out!
Shots fired, shots fired. Out.
Out! Out! Out!
Out.
Out! 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 Everybody out!
Was it for any blood?
At approximately 20:55 hours, while the officers were still staged, SL abruptly opened the door and then quickly slammed it shut. Officer Buford responded immediately yelling, "Sparks, police!" while trying to kick the door open. Once inside, the officers saw SL, who raised her hands and moved into the kitchen. Lopez responded by raising a black fire from within a black bag and appeared to square his body into a shooting stance in front of Officer Buford before moving toward SL. If you thought that Lopez didn't meet his demise soon enough, this next case will really open your eyes to how creepy these predators can get. On March 24th, 2023, Deputy Kivoto responded to a call about a disturbance from a woman. Turned out that an old acquaintance, Tom, that she knew from the past became obsessed and exhibited stalker behavior. This obsession turned lethal when Tom tried to break into the victim's home.
So I was best friends with him for 7 years, and then
Never in a relationship?
never in a relationship, nothing else.
So it's just a friend.
It was, but we haven't talked for years, and he kept showing up.
Is he welcome to your home?
No,
Have you ever invited him here?
no, he was my best friend for 7. He's even met him before, and then he just lost his. Our
When was
friend
that?
3 years ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in 2 years.
Just kind of infatuated with her and...
Yeah.
You haven't seen him in 2 years?
But he keeps popping up. I stopped talking to him in 2 years. I got these.
Have you told him not to come around?
Yeah, plenty of times.
He was in his back patio
Yes, he was in the back patio.
and he was trying to get through the...
Yeah. He looked through the window. This window was looking through all the windows, and I saw him there. I told to run because he kept on trying to have a conversation and trying to like pull my.
When Kivoto arrived on the scene, Tom spotted early enough and fled the scene. This is why at first the victim gives her side of the story and the mental torture she was subjected to.
Pull the fucking door open.
Was he doing anything else to the door besides trying to pull it open?
Well, he was banging on the window.
He was banging on the window.
Yeah, to the point where I thought he was gonna break the glass. So I sent my daughter into the room and told her to lock the door. Yeah.
Were you scared?
Yeah. He's like he's an ex-Marine.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think would have happened if you had gotten in it?
I don't know. I feel like honestly, he's become so obsessive and wants to talk to the point where I've done everything. He's like, fine, I'm just gonna go. So he leaves and runs and hops on in his truck and speeds off down the street.
How many times have you changed your phone number?
3 times.
3 times?
Yeah.
And it's all been because of him?
Yeah. The last time was July, so it was quiet. I just get messages and packages to my house. But I think the last time, he caught me in the middle of the road. But before then, last time it was 4th of July, he dropped me off a bottle of whiskey and some fireworks because he knows it's my favorite.
The victim continues to delve into the details of all the strange things Tom chose to do. Adding to this, the ring camera footage confirmed Tom's obsession with the victim. Officers intercepted Tom and performed a traffic stop to place him under arrest.
You need to record this?
Huh?
No.
I have to record all prisoners.
Okay. You know, she said, I don't want to be friends anymore. You've pushed it too far, which I didn't think I'd asked that many times, but okay. I think she blocked my number, so I tried emailing her. And she blocked me on that, and then she blocked me on all social media, so, I mean, I've had no way to contact her except to show up. And here's the funny and confusing thing, that she's told me before that if I ever really just wanted to talk to her, then to just come talk to her. She's told me that in the past. And like I said, man, I really wasn't trying to cause any trouble. I really just wanted my best friend to talk to me. And now I'm sitting here with you, with cuffs on, and the back of a cruiser, my truck's been towed. Like, dude, I was just trying to see if I could talk to her, and if not, I was gonna go about my day, go about my life. That's it. That's all I was trying to do. I wasn't trying to create a problem, man. I was actually trying to solve one, at least.
Tom, obviously in distress in the back of the cruiser, starts to explain himself and his side of the story unnecessarily. But none of these things help justify him as unguilty.
Now, status-wise, are you single, married, divorced?
Single.
Single? Okay.
I was trying to get married.
Okay, gotcha.
I guess it's good I can crack jokes.
Hey, listen, you just gotta roll with the punches, man. What religion?
I don't know, Jedi?
Jedi. Okay. Can I put that?
Sure, why not? I feel like I'm just wasting y'all's time too. You could be out doing something way more important than this BS drama.
Gotcha.
I'm so done with her. I tried just wanted to love her. That's all I wanted. I got a question for you, just because realm of possibility sort of thing. Let's say she rescinds the order. How would I have proof of that?
I don't know how any of those orders work.
Okay.
I have no.
I was just wondering. Because, not that I'm expecting her to, but just in case she, I don't know. Even if she does, after all this, man, I don't think I got it in me to forgive her. Or to even, I think honestly, at this point, it's just best to just...
You want some real advice?
Move on with my life? Yeah.
Away from it, man.
Yeah, man.
Where you are right now.
Yeah, look where it got me. Why didn't I just go home? Why did I have to try and talk to her? Why? God damn it. Hell, I would have just, if she just would have talked to me and at least explained to me why she's done with me, then I could have at least gotten that. But like, no explanation, dude. No nothing, just poof. I thought, you know, maybe she wants to see me make that extra effort and show my face and actually be there, you know? Idiot. I am such a idiot. Never think with your heart. Never think with your heart. Never ever think with your heart. Never think with your heart, Tom, you idiot. God, I'm so stupid.
Tom tried not to sound too desperate and obsessed in front of the officer, but the way he continuously backtracked from his statements made it obvious that he didn't understand the gravity of the situation. Unable to fathom the reality of the situation, Tom goes into a spiral as he emotionally breaks down and goes through all the stages of grief at once.
The rest of my life. I loved her so much. Why won't you fucking talk to me? Just want to be my friend. Just keep her away from me. Hey, you know what? I was looking for a sign. I guess I got it. Idiot. I could be at home playing Xbox right now, or watching Star Trek, or cleaning up my house, or doing that load of dishes that needs to be done, or finishing up the laundry.
Ultimately, Tom was processed in the local police department and branded with charges of burglary to an occupied dwelling and stalking misdemeanor. If you didn't think that Tom and his awful stalker behavior wasn't bad enough, wait until you see the havoc this next predator caused.
Okay, turn around, put your hands behind your back.
In Onalaska, Wisconsin, in a Walmart, a predator, Amon, allegedly performed some unspeakable actions involving a young girl. The girl ended up telling her mom, who obviously filed a complaint. On 29th October 2022, after concluding a 5-month investigation, police visited Amon at the local lacrosse bar where he worked.
Josie, Officer Flatton. This was a little bit more urgent for me, so I decided to just come down and talk to you here. I need to talk to you about an incident where you're my suspect. Okay. Do you have any idea what I'm referring to? Okay. You ever been to the Onalaska Walmart?
Times.
Okay. Okay. In May, we got a complaint from a parent and a young girl at the Walmart in Alaska that involves you. Anything ring a bell to that? Okay. Have you ever been at the Walmart where you got chased out of the store? No? Okay. So we've got video of you getting chased out of Walmart by a mom.
I highly doubt that.
Huh?
No, I don't know.
Okay. I do.
Am I under arrest?
I'd like to talk to you a little bit more, but you had previously. Would you agree that this is you? No? Okay. Is this your truck?
Definitely not.
No?
The police get straight to the point, and we can tell that the blood drains from Amon's face as he tries to lie out of his teeth when he showed video proof of himself.
I'm sitting in a cab.
You don't think that resembles you in the slightest? No?
I'm not going to agree to that.
Okay, so the incident is that you reported to us that you had grabbed a child's buttock in a grocery aisle. No? Okay. So we reviewed video and watched the suspect of this whole thing prior to this incident with the juvenile. Was inside Subway, bought a sub sandwich, used your debit card. Okay?
Wait. Somebody used my debit card, you said?
Well, you.
In a Subway?
Yep, Onalaska Walmart Subway. So walked into the store, the vestibule, goes to the Subway, gets some food, eats and stuff, and goes into the store. Okay. You're still Want to tell me you have no idea what I'm talking about?
This may be the stupidest predator we've seen yet. The cops have him dead to his rights and lay out all the facts in front of Amon. Yet, he chooses to act clueless.
Okay, turn around, put your hands behind your back. Dominic, you got taser? Stop! You stop! Stop! Get on the ground!
As soon as the officer gives the command to put Amon's hands back, he breaks for it through the kitchen. But still, no match for the superior speed of the cop.
You good?
Yep. 3 or 5 minutes.
Anywhere in custody. Take a squad and crank it over.
You're under arrest for multiple. You have any questions? Josie? Are you injured at all?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think I'm sick. And I need help.
What do you mean? Like you're gonna puke right now or something else?
Something else.
Alright. We're gonna sit you up, bud. Roll over your side. This way.
Amon in this compromised position immediately started playing the mental disease card to try and save some face for the jury perhaps. All the while admitting openly to his crimes too.
On your butt. We'll stand here from the concrete. You ready? 1, 2, 3. There we go.
Josie Amon was then brought to the back of that unmarked police car and taken to a local jail. He was charged with first-degree sexual assault and resisting an officer. Eventually, Amon was released on a signature bond.
Amon was taken to a local jail where he was charged with first-degree sexual assault and resisting an officer. He was later released on a signature bond. Online court records show 30-year-old Josie Amon was charged Decroy 15 with first-degree child and resisting an officer. Amon's actions were inexcusable. Whilst in this next case, we learn that age plays no part in how sinister these predators can be.
Hey, let me see your hands. Get on the ground right now.
On May 11, 2024, Oklahoma City police a distress call about a kidnapping and auto theft as well. But what made matters exponentially worse was that twin babies were strapped in the back of the car. The suspect, Chance Sanders, sped away with the car and managed to flip it. Thankfully, the babies were okay. Police arrive on the scene of the flipped car.
He's running this way. He's using a black t-shirt.
I guess one of the guys is running. He's in a black t-shirt. Which direction?
He's going this way. Like this way.
Wearing what? What is he? White male, black male? Hispanic?
No, he looks like it's like Chinese.
Chinese?
Supposedly this is the 29 that had occurred. Subject is on course behind the Brahms. Going for a couple more years from her.
Hey, it's a Chinese male. I'm getting flagged down. He's running north from Brahms. Black shirt. Black shirt, blue jeans.
Hey, you have eyes on him?
No, but there's a lot of people pointing in the direction northbound.
Since Chance took off on foot, it had left the officer no choice but to initiate a pure assault on foot and chase this scum of humanity down.
Hey, did you see somebody running? Okay, I've got like northwest from Brahms, possibly this church. Getting flagged down 25th. Which way? Which way? '25th in Vermont. You saw him?
Yeah, I'm catching it.
He's going north on Warren from 24th. If we can get everyone up, please. Which way?
3910 North, John King 293.
Where'd you last see him? What backyard?
No, he goes 47.
This one?
Yeah, he's on foot.
The Redfoot?
Good Samaritans who understood what was happening with the situation helped to point the officers towards the direction of Chance.
Them up possible. Going southbound. SUVs.
Everyone's getting up. It's hard again.
Hey, you saw that? You saw him get in the Porsche?
Right from the area, I'm going to sneak through the neighborhood. I'm at 19 to Meridian area. I'll look for the Porsche.
Yeah, right here. Nora 191.
Hey, he's iffy on that trend, so just be wise. Go. His house up here past Vermont. Yeah. What's that?
Did you say you have him or you don't?
Since Chance had gotten away by stealing another car, it left the officer no choice but to get in a squad car and chase his suspect down.
That black shirt up there? Guy walking, black shirt.
Where you at now?
2601.
You clear the car tree to make sure it's not needed?
No.
Yeah, I checked the trunk in the back seat. There's nobody.
Okay. Take me that house in the corner on 26 and Warren. 26 and Warren.
6-9, I'm going 97. Where do you guys need me?
Where's everybody running? Hey, we're getting some stuff here at 26 and Warren. Start making some units. Go, 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 go. There he is. There he is. There he is. Hey, let me see your hands. Get on the ground right now. Hands out. Take him in cuffs. I don't care. Keep your hands out. Don't move. In custody, 26 and Warren.
Chance Sanders was arrested on charges of kidnapping, larceny of auto, and leaving the scene of an accident. According to online court records, Sanders is being held on a $250,000 bond. A preliminary hearing is set for June. If the horrific events that took place with Sanders weren't enough for you, just wait for how this next Karen ruined her entire case.
Just follow those instructions.
Just relaxing, answer.
Do you have a vehicle here?
On April 22nd, 2024, Ida Ann Lorenzo, a 48-year-old Karen, approached the St. George Police Department in hopes of getting some help regarding a group of teen girls who had caused her to be a target of cyberbullying. But what police discover after they begin their investigation is what's truly surprising, especially for Lorenzo.
Well, no.
Are you Ida?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Good.
Good to meet you. So, these little girls have continued to incite a mob, and I've been harassed all day. Not only did you take it, they took it down from St. George Post and her Facebook, but now she put it on Instagram, and now she put it on TikTok.
Okay.
No, so remember you look at my Instagram account, and they've been harassing me all day. So I turn notifications off and everything, but they are trying to reach out to they're inciting someone that reaches out for personal information to people to get their personal information, or someone that is known to like hunt people down.
Okay. FBI?
Not FBI, but someone that can, I don't know, what do you
It's just a person that will either reach out to communities or through various ways they are able to obtain information and they share it.
As like a private investigator?
Yeah, as a private.
Whether the goal is to get somebody fired, something like that. It's they
continue to tag this guy and reach out to this guy to find it, my personal private information.
Sure.
And all of my stuff is usually private anyway. I don't normally disseminate my stuff out there. I told them who I was because not only were there minors involved that were all seated around me, but my son was present as well. And so that's the only reason why I was like, listen, you know, charges can like happen. You're hanging out, you know, your private parts are hanging out in private in front of minors. That's not something that you should take lightly, like cover up. But it doesn't give them the right to disseminate my information publicly like that and to try to harass me to the extent that I've been having it. Like, I believe I'm 100% in believing in freedom of speech and but when you omit, delete, and make it seem like one situation is totally different than the other and then accuse me of sexual without the facts, like at some point something needs to be done and needs to be stopped, and they have a reputation for doing this.
Lorenzo explains her side of the story and acts like the heroic mother who was just trying to protect her son and other minors from indecent exposure. But the way she goes about doing that is what's most concerning.
The video she posted has currently reached 517,000 views.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just kind of blew up.
People
it's by
are
far her most viewed video. It just kind of.
And it's because she's putting me out there as like a sexual predator.
Karen. Just
The hard part is, even if it's edited, omitted, deleted, obviously you could be looking at slander if it's not completely true, but the fact that you did touch her skirt, she can claim, if she wants, she can claim sexual, right? Mm-hmm. She hasn't. There's no legal investigation right now on either of you. Nobody's in trouble right now for any of that stuff, but it would have to be founded, right, on both ends, right? We know that you saw this, but we don't have any video evidence of her hanging out. We don't have any witnesses that have come forward and said this is what's happening other than there's documentation for it, that kind of thing.
But because of the sensitivity of the nature, and everyone thought she was a because she did look like a and
Sure.
there was a ton of kids. It was the high school ball.
Did you think she was a minor?
Yes, I did. I actually thought she was, and that's why I was like,
I just don't understand.
So
I don't understand why you went up and touched her.
I didn't touch her as a person. Like,
I mean, you can find it. But you see how that looks, right?
I got a standing ovation from everyone that was seating behind me.
That's totally beside the point.
This Karen thought that her actions were justified because of her situation and that she was above the law. But that wasn't the case at all. This whole matter needed to be looked at and reviewed before any decisions could be made.
It's protecting a kid by covering their private parts.
Correct, but that's not your job to do.
Well, they weren't covering up, and
call us. That's what I was trying to tell you.
I was trying to. You could see me on the video
You
trying
told
to
me
dial
that
the
it
phone.
would take too long for us to get there, so you didn't.
No, that's what But I was trying to dial you guys, but because they had everyone storming in, and you could see how they were being.
I thought she was battered. That's
her
claim.
That's her claim. That's her claim.
And all she knows is somebody grabbed her from behind.
No, because I told her that her parts were hanging out. And then when nothing was being done and all the little kids behind me were just staring, that's when I proceeded to cover. And I was trying to dial. I mean, you see me on the video where I have my phone in hand and I'm trying to dial, but I couldn't even dial. And then that's when the owner was coming up. So it's all
I understand
perception.
that there's inappropriateness with how she's dressed. I can totally understand that portion. I can understand that things got blown out of proportion, and I can understand your standpoint from it. But I guess, what do you want me to do?
Well, the post needs to come down, and they need to stop.
That's freedom of speech. There's no crime.
Not when they
can say whatever they want.
No, but I mean, they're reaching me all their little friends.
Have you told them to stop talking to you?
No, because
try that.
No, because then that is me instigating them.
But that's the only way that they can be harassing you. If you tell them to not contact you and then they contact you, then that's criminal.
Well,
if you don't say anything and you're engaging in it, then this is just a civil banter that. The unfortunate thing is you're held to a little bit higher standard than that.
Oh, but then if I engage in a conversation, then that makes it appear like
you don't have to.
I am.
I'm just telling you, I can't do much. Legally, there is no. I can't tell them to stop posting anything.
So what would be
it's
your
freedom of
best
speech.
advice for her? Should she come up with a
The officer explains to Karen that the world doesn't work in the way she wants it to, and she can't just complain on people and be able to stomp all over their rights.
But they're now making up fake names.
That's part of the harassment. So I haven't contacted them because I don't have any legal reason to yet. If you tell them to stop contacting you, then I can reach out to each one individually and tell them they can't contact you. It doesn't mean they have to put their videos down, but they can't contact you by indirect means or by direct means. So if they make a fake one, technically it's a Class B misdemeanor for every message they send after they've been advised by me or law enforcement that they cannot. I can't, and I would be unconstitutionally removing those videos.
So our best course of action is going to be coming up with a draft response saying to
post it on that.
Yeah, just to not talk to you.
To contact who do they contact?
Just saying.
Well, no, because I've obviously contacted. See, the problem is that people, they're under the perception that I, like, for no reason approached her. I just touched her inappropriately, right?
For sure.
And if I was a mom and my daughter came and told me those circumstances, I would be pissed and I would be contacting you, right? But because they haven't done that, they're not willing to, you know, and I haven't, like, addressed it, I haven't approached it, I haven't said anything, I've been pretty silent.
That's the best way to approach it, because everything blows over. The more you incite it, the more it's gonna get views, it's gonna blow up. Then the problem you're gonna run into is if she comes to the department because of this and she decides that she wants to go sexual battery against you, it's gonna be her word versus yours and your word versus hers for the lewdness. And I'm going to end up submitting charges for both of you to an attorney for them to decide. Because I wasn't there, I don't have witnesses, I don't have documentation, I have a video of it potentially is edited, I'm not going to use that as evidence. So that's what we could, I mean, each of you could equally be investigated right now. I would prefer that...
The cop very professionally handled the situation, explaining in detail how each scenario could play out, and how it was a lot better for Lorenzo to try and avoid this situation. Due to the lack of evidence, both parties can be equally judged.
Now we're in a limbo where you have acted in a capacity that was also inappropriate and illegal. Technically, as it is a crime. You cannot touch somebody if they do not want to be touched, and especially if it's in the area. If you pull her skirt down, and that's touching her.
Well, I didn't touch her.
Skirt is.
Her skirt was way beyond her. I mean,
I'm saying what was she say?
Above her privates.
What will she say? And the classification for disorderly conduct for you touching her is nothing but Class A. And how do we prove that?
Well, just contact your employers, let them know the situation.
He's like, my son should not see that. And he goes, if I reported that. And that's how we got into the whole conversation with everyone seated in the area. And that's how we assessed they were all minors except for that dad.
I'm a parent. I understand where you're coming from. I would not want to see that either. I don't want my kids to see that.
Yeah.
But I can't approach that myself. Even me, and she's being lewd. I don't have the right to cover her up. I can take her to jail, but I don't have the right to touch her. Or cover her up because I feel that's what's her.
In the absence of any official video evidence that could be independently reviewed and investigated, Lorenzo proceeded to replay the actions as best she could.
It was like this, and you could see everything open. And that's why I was like, so I stood behind her, and I was like, go like this with my clothing, and I was like, you know, you should probably cover up. And then at that point, she turned and she was like that, and I was like, oh my God. And that's when the dad was like, cover up, you know, and then the mob rush of kids started coming in, and that's at that point where I was like, oh my God, like, you need to cover up. And that's when I pulled her skirt down to cover up, because instead of like covering up and backing up and saying, okay, is my skirt down? No, she proceeded to like lift her arms and move with her friends, and it kept going further up and further up. And that's why I was like, oh my God, somebody like cover it up. And as you can see, they were mob rushing at me as I was trying to stand behind her to cover her.
And the information they might have is that they think they don't know, but that's what they're hearing.
Correct. refuse to feed the frenzy and add, cinders.
And
I just don't want anybody posting, because I do have my son, my 17.
For sure, safety first.
Yeah.
And I do. In my line of work, I obviously understand what sympathizers are, right? And they don't need the full information. They just need enough to get heated, and then maybe they show up somewhere they shouldn't, or they have an opinion that was just planted in them, right? Those sympathizers have been known to cause issues. It's just how far does somebody take that? They take it about 2 minutes before they scroll to the next video.
Lorenzo was extremely self-righteous and felt as if she was unjustly being framed as the aggressor. So to find out more, the group of teens is also called down to the department.
You're underage, you should probably hide that. If you think I'm underage, why are you touching a minor at all? Especially if you think I don't have underwear on.
Yeah, the logic wasn't there.
No.
For me. That's why I was wondering when you mentioned that you thought she might be drinking, I thought there was a judgment issue maybe going on too.
Right. And then she came back up a second time after Avery came up. Our other friend Avery, fun fact, same name, she was standing right next to her. And the second time she came up, she touched both their hips and squeezed them. Like pinched us. And said she was going to call Child Protective Services if she saw them. And then the rest was on video.
I saw the video, and I think 57,000 other people saw it too.
Yeah.
When the first time, so she never said anything, you turned around, when the first touch, was that just skirt or was that your body?
When the teens are interviewed, an entirely different story is discovered, and their perspective seems a lot more probable, since even the cops are immediately following their logic.
And it looked like she got up and said something to her husband or the dude that she was with, handed him something, and then she just sassily walked right up to her, and I don't think she said anything. She just pulled the skirt down, then says something, and then walks back. And then that's when I told her, I was like, hey, she just pulled her skirt down, that was weird.
And then we all started talking.
Yeah, so then there's this group, they're talking, they're saying this stuff, they're all looking at her for probably maybe 80 seconds, 90 seconds. And then she gets up again, comes over, and that's when they started going back and forth. I let her go for a sec, and then I went over and was just kind of tripping. I'm like, what are you doing? Don't talk to her, you have no right, blah, blah.
And there was mention of where she was saying, I don't want to, in the video she said, I don't want to see your whole ass cheeks, right?
Yeah, but yeah.
And even if it was a little bit of, let's say, butt exposed, right? You're not talking your oh no.
I'm in contact with the boss, and I asked her before any of this was happening if I could have the footage, and she
just requested that I go ask.
Huh?
Did she request that?
Well, she said, so she asked her husband to send it to her, and they were, apparently he was working without her or something, and they both decided to just send it into you guys instead, you guys take it over, but I don't think they've sent it in.
They would need an incident number, which I can give.
Yeah,
and I can even go pick it up. It'll be pertinent now. So really, she came forward with claims of the harassment because she was being
harassed.
It's not harassment. It's not. There's free speech. You can put
That's what she said.
the video. She was worried about the video.
After communicating some more, the cop understands that it is essential to obtain that CCTV footage from the high school. And when they obtain the footage and review it, they are shaken to find out about Lorenzo's actions.
Okay, so I told you I'd do a full investigation if they came forward, right? So they came forward with their side of the story. I only had yours. After listening to everything, totality about everything going on, I've talked to Sakura. I got some of their video. I've got the TikToks. I think most everybody in the city has that TikTok. And then we've got your statement, her statement, so I'll try to make it as unbiased and fair as I can, right? I do have some concerns from what I've been told by them. Obviously, some things you've also told to me, right? Even when we talk two wrongs don't make a right, when we were talking about that, I said, there's criminal behavior that's happened, regardless. And the other aspect was, if she was exposed and there was a lewdness aspect, would I investigate it? Absolutely. And that was the other claim, right? Those are two little things. The electronic communication harassment we've addressed. Everything that's come in now is going to be from who knows where. They even mentioned, I don't even live in the country, some of these text messages that you're getting. Go on a different route with this because there's video footage, because of the claims made, and I have to protect victims. Today you're going to be placed under arrest for sexual battery. Okay? So that's the unfortunate side of all this.
You're arresting me?
Right now you are under arrest, okay? So you'll just face my sergeant and you put your hands behind your back.
Okay.
Don't reach in your purse, please.
No, I was just trying to put that.
Just follow those instructions.
And just relax your hands, sir.
Do you have a vehicle here?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
No.
We can keep it protected.
Come get your car.
I'm sorry, what?
Is
there somebody we can call for you to have them come pick up your vehicle?
Yeah.
Who is it you want to call?
Probably my 17-year-old at home. So.
Control.
We should double lock them so they don't cinch your button.
It hit Karen a little late how deep a hole she had dug for herself until she actually had to confirm with the officers that she was the one being arrested. She expected a different outcome, considering she's the one who complained.
What should I do?
Well, I
These are
mean,
the facts of the
honestly,
case.
I was honestly thinking she was a minor, and she should probably keep it covered because of the kids that were.
But also, a minor to minor is a lot different than an adult to a minor. It'd be worse if she was an adult, no?
Well, no, I was looking at it from a mother's perspective, like.
What do you have any type of pocket? I don't.
Yeah, I do.
I'll just search those instead of going
I don't
into
have
it, pull
anything.
everything.
The Utah woman charged with sexual battery after allegedly yanking down a teenager's miniskirt in a St. George restaurant lost her job with the state the day after she was charged. So that's a wrap on today's cases. What do you think about these predators and who was served with that sweet justice the best? Let me know in the comments below, and take a look at our next video right here.